Hello, great people. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, popularly called T-Pain, has lived up to the name by proposing 5% tax on telecommunications, gaming, betting, lottery, and some other things. In this video, I'll be telling you what this means, how it will affect your pocket, how you should prepare for the days ahead, and some other issues pertaining to this thing, and of course, some other policies that government is proposing. So you need to know it. But then we need to ask ourselves, Brother Bola, what is going on, Tori Olorun? You said we should stand on mandate. We don't know that mandate that you are saying, it is broken bottles. Now, Nigerians that are standing on the mandate, they are using clutches now. Nobody feel waka again. Because if you put extra 5% on Nigerians that are already in pain, definitely you will know that the pain is about to go real. So this 5% now, you will see that the data that you are buying, the game, those of you that like to bet, those of you that like to play too sure, all these things, you go and be playing too direct. You now go soon hear am. T-Pain don't reason your matter. You know that the president, I said it in one of my videos, say the president is good at releasing tracks. What do I mean by tracks? They call him T-Pain, right? Which means Tinubu's pain, which is another word for hardship. Oga Bola, me, I don't join them. You understand? Me now, your name now Tinubu Bola or Bola Tinubu. Now them put pain, no. Me, I prefer to call you TB. TB. Tuberculosis. No. Remain T-Pain. T-Pain, pain. I bet anything can. She na TB. Tuberculosis. Why? Why is it that everything that has to do with tea in this country now is about problem? Yeah? Which kind of thing be this safe? You know that when the president increase the price of petrol to close to 1,000, that's a round of pain. It's like 1 pay per week. This matter go long go. Because it be like saying the president, when say T-Pain, na artist. T-Pain usually release tracks. He's an American songwriter, producer, and he release great tracks. Right? In this case, our own version of T-Pain, this one no dey release track. Now pain in the release. So now that pain, I don't call tracks. So the president released track when he was abroad. Fuel price increment. Was it not last week that we heard it in the news that if you have from 100 million, that you are earning from 100 million, 25% will be going to the Tinubu administration. That means that if you earn 100 million, 25 million will go to the Tinubu government. 75 million, it will remain your own. And don't forget, out of that 75 million is when you are going to be paying all this tax, which I will explain for you. You go to pay this tax from that 75 million, because if you know they play game, if you know they play lottery, you know they use phone. You use phone, you buy data, you buy credit. So definitely the tax, there's no way you can escape it. And that's why people are saying, Mr. President, why are you just releasing, why are you living up to your pain? Why are you living up to your name of unleashing pain? 1 week. Now every week, the president, they release track now. Do you know the track when the president will release next week? I don't know. How far you get Bola phone number? Make I just hold on and say, Mr. President, how far? Which track? It's like when people sit down with the president and they say, Mr. President, this thing is going to bring money. If we do this, we can see about 500 billion naira. The president is like, the president will just stand up and say, 500 million, go and do it. I don't think it takes time to listen to these things. Because if you sit down with the president and say, Mr. President, sir, if we increase the price of fuel now, our income as a government should be able to increase by 1 trillion. 1 trillion now. Go and do it. If they come again and say, Mr. President, if we increase this tax now, all these people where they buy data, if we increase it can increase the revenue by 800 billion. 800 billion. Go and do it. It's like that's the way it is. And I've been wondering that if that is how past government, when Bola Tinubu was young, if whether in America that he lived, in Chicago or in Nigeria, if that is how the government in those countries have been kind of like increasing tax, increasing the price of petrol, no subsidy, creating hardship. With Bola Ahmed Tinubu have been able to survive. You no go even get big eyeball sef, because that eyeball shebi na when you eat nutritious food na you go get big eyeball. Me now wey never chop, you see say my eyeball big. But Bola wey dey chop burger, dey chop, you no see him eyeball. You know, so we need to look at these things. That the problem that is coming. Let us take a look at it from another dimension. Telecommunication. If you say, for telecom, every Nigerian or almost every Nigerian is affected. But then it can be argued that for gaming, gambling, lotteries, government can say they want to increase tax on that if there is a linkage with those things and drug addiction. What do I mean by that? If a research is done and it is established that when you are into gaming, you know, if you play game, there's high probability that you go dey bet money. So because say you dey bet money and you are a bet addict, there's high probability that you will either be smoking or drinking. So to reduce that, government can say, they want to increase the tax to discourage people from betting. Maybe there's a research that have been I'm talking about how it is in ideal countries. So because I know say Nigerian government, they don't do any research. Maybe a research was done and it was now discovered that the people that are committing crime are people that are into betting and gaming, that when they lose, out of desperation to get more money to go and bet again, they will now go and be committing crime. If police records shows that, they can now say, okay, let us increase the tax to discourage bet. I give you an example. In Southeast Asian countries like Malaysia, Bangladesh, most of them that are Islamic oriented, that they are largely Islamic population, they want to discourage the consumption of beer because they believe that beer is anti-Islam. So what they did is, because there are people in the country that will naturally want beer one way or the other, maybe you are Chinese or Indians, what they did is they increased the tax on beer that is not easy for you to say you want to buy beer. For instance, maybe the Heineken where you go buy for Nigeria, maybe 1,000 naira on a normal day, it is equivalent to like over 5,000 naira there. So this is to discourage people from drinking beer. So we can say that, if there's a youth connection, that maybe it is worth it, that this youth na too dey bet too much. Every time na go dey play too sure, 3 sure, who go win? Man, even say na no dey bet on the Yimba. Na no dey bet on, Abia Gateway FC. Gateway FC, na no dey bet on them. Na only on Man U, Chelsea. No, add tax. The youth no dey too serious. We can agree on that. Maybe if there's a research that shows that betting brings negativity and crime, but which one can be the one for telecom? How do you explain or how do you argue that of telecom? So many people no fit call again. People wey dey get sweetheart. I remember the days of MTN free call where we say, everybody they do night vigil. I know say you do am too. You remember you do now you take to start your wife when you marry now. I know now. I know. Just I don't know. The days of MTN free call, they say you go to see everybody they do this night vigil. You go they wait 12:30. Everybody they begin call. Those kind of advantages are not there anymore. So Nigerians that are already managing themselves, you still want to now impose tax on telecommunication. What that means is that the price of data will go up. And I hope that it won't turn out to be like what happened in Malaysia. Let me tell you a story. You don't want to miss it. In Malaysia, government introduced something called GST, government service tax. It was 6%. That means that if you buy 100 naira credit, that's where they call credit. If you buy them, they go remove 6%. So even the 100 naira where you buy, you don't go see and complete. They go tell you, say, your recharge is successful, but, they don't remove 6% GST, government service tax. The people protested and said, no, we can't be paying tax on everything. The Malaysian government did not agree. Guess what? During the next election, That party that has been ruling lost that election just because of that 6% tax. But the truth is, can that happen in Nigeria? Nigeria, they could forget it. So during election now, if they don't wrap, if they don't wrap rice, they don't wrap oil, they don't wrap package 10K, Nigerians don't forget. You go see people, they mix PDP rice with APC Maggi, come add Labour Party groundnut oil. Now wetin they make be this. So now they say, and so now when they do vote buying. So you see that the tax is already too much. People are overtaxed. And don't compare it to the Western world. Let me tell you, so you can't compare it, because if you compare the earnings in the Western world, you can't compare it to that of Nigeria. So if you want to tax like the West, give Nigerians or Africans the kind of earnings like the West. Nigerians cannot be earning like the West and you want to tax them like the West. No. 70,000 naira. How many dollars is it? At the rate of 1,710 that it is as of today. So you and look at the minimum wage in the US, how much they earn per hour, and the productive hour in a week. Calculate it in a month. How much is it? So don't compare the Tinubu tax and say, oh no, the tax in the West. No. Even the amenities over time has not been available. Successive Nigerian government have been taxing. And there's no amenities, and tax is meant to provide amenities for the people. So now, there's no amenities. Like electricity, for instance, now, if you provide constant electricity, and you now decide to tax, you see that, okay, people are spending less because they are not buying generator. They are not buying generator. They are not buying fuel. They are not servicing their generator. You are providing the electricity. So companies and every other human beings have constant electricity in their home. So if you are, okay, you people are saving, let me tax you a little bit more so that we can be maintaining these electrical facilities. Maybe it is understandable. But a situation whereby you are collecting tax, there is no amenities, there is nothing, and you want to tax like the West. No, now, come on. Come on, let the poor breathe. Don't suffocate them. No be you talk am, But Bola, no be you talk am, You tell us, say, child, you dey package yourself. You dey package yourself as if say when you become president, we go breathe. You become president now. I shall not die but live. Declare your own. May God help us. See, you can't tax in a situation whereby Nigeria operates what I call a foreign economy. What do I mean by foreign economy? Look around you. Look around you. Everything that is around you is either made in China or made in Taiwan or made in, we are not a production economy. So that means that you are already paying tax on everything that you are buying. Everything. And we operate a foreign economy. You have float the naira. That means that the cost of goods and services are now high. And these things are imported. Nigerians are already groaning. And on those goods and services, there is already an existing tax. There's an existing tax. And now you want to increase it further. Why now? Why? So the thing is, what can government do? It is not a more that government must tax the citizen. Devolution of power. Nigeria has over 250 natural resources. In fact, clay, you know that clay, that red soil in your village that you don't even like, where we say if rain fall like this to Wakana problem. That clay is a natural resources. So devolve power at the federal level, let states begin to harness their resources. When they harness their resources, they will earn more. When they earn more, they don't have reason to tax the people more because they are taxing the people because they want to earn more. You they tax people because say you won't get more money as a government. You want to earn more money. You believe you need more money. But then, instead of taxing the people, you they control all the natural resources for Nigeria. Say, oh, now only you go the controller. Why not release this power to the state as you do for the local government? You to release power where they your hand. You do local government autonomy. You don't come out some power from state and then if you collect local government allocation. The excessive power where do your hand, but Bola, you to release them. So the thing is, if you devolve power, if you like, call it restructuring, if you like, call it true federalism. If you devolve power, states will earn more. When they earn more, definitely they will not have much reason to tax the people more. That is what should be done. And this thing will produce direct and indirect jobs. Do I need to, Brother Bola, do I need to lay hands on you? Do you need to bring your head before me? Do I need to fast and pray? Do I need to cast and bind every spirit of taxation in your head? My Nigerians, brace up, because the way where our brother Bola Tinubu, they release tracks. Trust me, 2027 is still far. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Well, it's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politing with Dr. Omotoladeji. Dr. Omotoladeji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we relax to analyze politics and happenings in the polity. Do what to subscribe, do what to turn on your notification button. Of course, till I see you again. I'm not always far from you. I'm just around the corner. I love you all, sincerely.